Good morning. Today we are going to complete the classical trade theories model. We would like to find the general equilibrium solution in case of classical model. General which means that we would like to compare before and after international trade and determine what's the benefit that will be achieved from a specialization and the trade graphical. If the total number of working hours in country A is 12,000 hours and in country B is 9,600 hours, and if you know that country A takes 3 hours in order to produce a unit of soybeans and 6 hours in order to produce a unit of textile, and the country B "12 hours in order to produce a unit of soybeans and 8 hours in order to produce a unit of textile." Here we would like to draw the production possibilities frontier of the country. As we said before, general equilibrium is equilibrium for both producers and the consumers. Returning back to the 7 assumptions, general equilibrium in case of autarky was achieved when at the point of tangency of indifference curve, price line, and CIC. So here we would like to compare before and after international trades. So the first point here is to draw the production possibilities frontier, and based on assumption number 11, there is a constant returns to scale. So it's assumed that the PPF will be a straight line. So if you know that this is the total available resources, which is 12,000 hours, we would like to distribute these hours between the production of soybeans and textile. In order to draw a straight line, you have to find just the 2 points. Number 1, you are going to devote all your time to the production of soybeans and 0 textile. So we are going to divide 12,000 divided by 3. So it will be 4,000. You have 4,000 soybeans and 0 textile. This is the first combination. Assumption number 2, or that second point, you are going to devote all your time to the production of textile and 0 soybeans. 12,000 divided by 6, which is 2,000 textile and 0 soybeans. Now we are going to use these 2 combinations in order to draw the PPF. Soybeans and textile. As we said, combination number 1, 4,000 soybeans, 0 textile. 0 textile and 4,000 soybeans. Number 2, 2,000 textile and 0 soybeans. 0 and 2,000. This is the PPF for country A. If you would like to draw PPF for country B, we are going to do the same method. Total resources 9,600. We are going to devote all the resources to the production of soybeans, and then we are going to devote all the resources to the production of textile. It will be zero soybeans and zero textile and 800 soybeans. This is point number 1. Or 0 soybeans and 1,200 textile. This is PPF in country B. From this figure, we can determine which country has an advantage in the production of the commodity. Country A can produce more soybeans. So country A has an advantage in the production of soybeans. And after the calculation of comparative and absolute advantage, you can determine the same conclusion that country A has an advantage in soybeans. And country B will produce more textile. So country B has an advantage in the production of textile. So the shape of the curve can help us to determine which country will specialize in soybeans and which in textile. If it is a closed economy, the case of autarky, this is CIC, and this is point of tangency. At this point, the economy will achieve equilibrium. At this point, slope of price line equal slope of PPF equal slope of CIC, as we said before. So this is the case of autarky or closed economy. Now we are going to trade or specialize in the production of a specific product and trade this product with the rest of the world. What is the relative price of soybeans in country A, which is PS over BT? With respect to country A, the relative price will be 3 over 6. And with respect to country B, it will be 12 over 8. This is known as autarky price. Autarky price. Autarky price means price before international trade. Do you think after international trade there is another price? Yes. There is a new international price known as terms of trade. So TOT, which is terms of trade, is the world price after specialization and trade. So for country A, autarky price is half. For country B, it is 3/2. TOT will be somewhere between the autarky prices of the two countries. Here in our example, let's focus on country A. From the figure and from calculation, we can denote that country A will specialize in the production of soybeans. So this is the price of soybeans. The price before trade in country A was high. After trade, the demand for the product is going to increase. So the price is going to be a little bit higher than the price in country A. What about country B? The price in country B is 3/2 or 1.5. In order to encourage people in country B to buy the product from me instead of producing the product by themselves, we have to give them a price lower than their own price. So TOT should be lower than the autarky price of country B. Okay, so TOT, which is international trade prices, will be somewhere between autarky price of the country that will specialize in the production of the product and autarky price of the other country. Okay, so now we are going to specialize in the production of a product at the new trade price. This is country A. And this is the PPF. Before trade, PPF was the price line, but after trade, there is a new wallet price. So price line will be another line. For country A, they are going to specialize on soybeans. So the new price line will start from soybeans. And it will be higher than the autarky price. So this is the TOT, or the price line at world price level. Before international trade, the country will produce and consume the same amount. But after international trade, we can consume more than our production through importing from abroad. So we are going to be tangent to a higher indifference curve. So CIC will be higher than the original one. The original one was here. This is before international trade. After international trade, the new line is the indifference curve. So we have a new tangent point. After international trade, we have to separate production from consumption. We can produce something and consume another. So with respect to country A, they are going to specialize in the production of soybeans. So OJ is total production of soybeans. The people in this country will consume the quantity H. So OH is domestic consumption. Your production is greater than your consumption. So the rest, which is HJ, will be exports for abroad. what you are going to export to country B. With respect to textile, country A after specialization will not produce textile. But the people in country A, they are going to consume this amount of textile, say V. So OV, consumption of textile, but they are not going to produce it. So this is imports. So HI is imports, HJ is exports, JI is the international trade prices. So this triangle is known as triangle of trade. Its sides are export, import, and TOT, or international trade price of the product. Okay, once again. With respect to country B, this is the PPF country B from the figure will specialize in T. So there is a new international trade price which is greater than the autarky price of textile in country A, in country B. So we are going to start from this point. And this is the TOT. It is gonna be tangent to a higher CIC. This is total production of textile. And this is the quantity consumed of textile. The rest will be exports of textile. What about soybeans? They are going to consume this quantity of soybeans, but they are not going to produce soybeans. So this is import of soybeans, and this is exports of textile, and this is the TOT. So this is triangle of trade. Sides, import, export, and TOT. Okay, once again. Before specialization, country A produces soybeans and textile. Country B produces soybeans and textile. After specialization, country A will produce soybeans only. What about consumption? They are going to produce soybeans but consume both of them, soybeans and textile. And the country B will produce textile only but consume both of them. This is with respect to production, and this is with respect to consumption. So with respect to country A, they are going to specialize in soybeans the excess supply will be exports to country B, and the demand for textile will be imported from country B. So we are going to exchange the two commodities together. Okay. Before international trade, we have an autarky price for each commodity. After international trade, we have a TOT or world price for each commodity. For a graphical illustration, from the figure, country A has an advantage in the production of soybeans and country B has an advantage in the production of textile. So country A will specialize in the production of soybeans and country B will specialize in the production of textile. Instead of autarky price, there is a TOT which is higher than the autarky price of the country that will specialize in the production of the product. For country A, this is TOT. For country B, this is TOT. We are going to move to a higher indifference curve, be tangent to a higher indifference curve. This is the new indifference curve for country A, and this is the new indifference curve for country B. Okay, from the figure we have two triangles, ABC, which is triangle of trade in country B, and EFD, which is triangle of trade in country A. The sides of the triangle are exports, import, and international trade prices. So this is triangle of trade. With respect to country B, this is export, import, and TOT. So this is triangle of trade in country B. Exports of country A are imports of country B. This means that EF is equal to CB. Imports of country B, country A is equal to exports of country A, country B. This means that AC equals ED. So from what we did. What are the gain from international trade? In order to determine the gain from international trades, we have to draw before and after at the same figure.